Hello.
Welcome to the
Socially
Socially Sound
Sound.
podcast with myself, Sarah, and
I'm Kirsty.
so this is our first episode and we'll be giving you a dilemma.
So, with this dilemma, we don't know who it's from as it's anonymous through our submission link. Maybe you want to submit your own dilemma after this video, up to you.
So, shall we get right into it?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go.
perfect.
So, the title of this dilemma is How do I deal with people making fun of me verbally to my face?
This person gave an explanation and a little bit about themselves. I largely communicate via spoken language, but I'm often really loud and mishear things. I live in a hearing environment and some people think it's funny to ask, do you have a volume button? And they mock me for what I mishear and don't understand. Or, in the past, they have made it harder for me to understand what instructor was saying.
That's a horrible thing to have to experience. Wow.
This is a very complex dilemma because, first of all, it depends who the people are. The person said they live in a hearing environment, so this could mean family. But at the end, they also did say it was made harder for them to hear what instructors were saying. So this sounds like a work professional environment. So personally, how I would deal with this would be different depending on who the people were that were mocking me.
Definitely. Maybe this is in an educational setting like uni, college. That can be more challenging if you feel isolated with no support from your peers or you're not sure where to go. That's difficult.
Yeah. Because if this is work, I would say report to HR, but sometimes HR aren't the best people to go to, especially as a disabled person. Honestly, I feel like this is bullying. It sounds like that the people are very aware of what they're doing. I can't say, oh, maybe they're just uneducated. But this sounds like they know full well what your access needs are, what your hearing loss is, and they're just choosing to be rude.
Definitely. I think it's complex because if we as deaf people realise that this person is ignorant, it's a question of how do we educate them. Whereas if a person is uneducated, we can correct them and give them the right information to learn. So it depends really on which person.
Yeah, I feel like that the uneducated are more open-minded and they're very, oh, okay, I didn't realise that, and they actively work to change their mindset and to treat people better. But if they're just ignorant and they know that they're being ignorant, is it really worth to waste your energy trying to educate them? I can't say, oh, just confront them, especially if they're family, because if you do try to confront your family sometimes, it can end in a really bad way.
Yeah, I would say it really depends on what environment you're in. If it's work, report to your manager if you feel safe to do so, or even someone you trust at work. The same applies in education, someone you trust, a peer. If it happened at work, tell a family member. But again, it depends on the context. Without context, we can't really offer solutions.
Yeah. Especially because this person is oral as well. So I can sort of assume that as an oral person, it sounds like these people are taking your ability to communicate through speech and hear for granted, if that makes sense. So you may be wearing hearing aids or cochlear implants, and because you communicate through speech, they see you more of an easy target because they can easily say, oh, it's just a joke, don't worry, you know you can hear, or whatever. So it's a very nuanced situation.
I think that's also connected to the experiences that we as deaf people who can speak face, but that's a conversation for another day.
That's a conversation for another day. People are not ready for that one. They're not ready for that. Honestly, to the person who sent us this, I'm sorry to say that we don't have a great solution for this, because I need a bit more information. I need to know if this is family, if it's friends, if it's work, if it's university, college, school. I need a bit more information to go deeper into this and say, okay, deal with it this way. But Kirsty's already, given some suggestions. Report it to HR, manager, your personal tutor at uni, or a lecturer or teacher. Or if you have friends you feel like you can trust to give you advice on how to deal with the situation. If you're confident enough, you can confront the people yourself and say, hey, that's bullying, that's discrimination, that's not nice, that's not how you treat a disabled person. Sometimes you can confront them and say, hey, that's rude and that's disrespectful. And if they go, oh, okay, and take it on the chin, that's fine. But if they try to challenge that, then that's when you know you shouldn't waste your time or breath on them. Don't.
Yeah, also situations like this can have an impact on your mental health.
Yes.
If you feel like it is impacting your mental health, please do talk to someone or get professional support, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah. You matter most, okay? Protect your mental health. If you feel like confronting or trying to defend yourself will affect you even more, don't do it. Focus on yourself, work on yourself, try and manage your emotions, and then see what you can do from there.
Yeah. With that, I think that's the end of our first episode.
If you have any dilemmas or topics that you want us to discuss in future videos, there will be a link down below in the description where you can send us anonymous submissions. We won't know who you are or anything like that, okay? Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe.
Yes, make sure you like,
share and comment
Yes. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.